I've always loved my Harley. It's my pride and joy, something I saved for years to buy. I keep it spotless, tuned, and parked right in front of my garage where I can admire it every time I walk outside. Most of my neighbors know how much it means to me. Most except HOA Karen and her spoiled teenage son, Kyle. Kyle strutted around the neighborhood like he owned the place. Loud music blasting from his car, cutting people off on his skateboard, and constantly bragging about how his mom was the boss of the HOA. He had this inflated sense of entitlement, and Karen encouraged it. One afternoon, I caught Kyle staring a little too long at my Harley. I stepped outside, and he smirked. "Cool bike. Bet you wouldn't let anyone else ride it." "You'd bet right," I told him, and I thought that was the end of it. But entitlement runs deep. A week later, while I was working in the backyard, I heard the rumble of an engine. For a split second, I thought maybe one of my buddies had stopped by. But when I rounded the corner, there was Kyle, fumbling with my Harley, trying to ride it down the street. Here's what he didn't know. My Harley wasn't just any bike. It had a police-integrated GPS security system. Basically, if anyone without the coded fob tried to start it, the ignition sent an alert directly to local law enforcement. And Kyle had just triggered it. Within moments, the engine died on him mid-roll, locking the wheels. Kyle nearly toppled over trying to steady it. He looked confused, panicked even. Then, less than 3 minutes later, a police cruiser pulled into the street, lights flashing. Kyle froze like a deer in headlights. The officer got out. "Son, step away from the motorcycle." Karen must have seen the lights because she came running out of her house in slippers, screeching like a banshee. "Officer, that's just a misunderstanding. He's just a boy having fun." The cop didn't buy it. "Ma'am, we got a theft alert from this vehicle. That means he tried to steal it." Karen's face went beet red. "Steal? Nonsense. This is a community bike. He was just borrowing it." That's when I stepped in, holding up the title. "No, this is MY Harley, registered in MY name. And your son tried to hotwire it." Kyle muttered, "It's not fair. I just wanted to ride it." The officer didn't hesitate. He cuffed Kyle right there on the curb while Karen screamed about lawsuits and abuse of power. The funniest part? Because the bike was wired directly to police, the attempted theft was logged as felony motor vehicle theft. That's no teen prank. That's serious. Karen tried every excuse in the book. "He's just a kid. He didn't know. This is harassment." But the cops had the evidence, and Kyle was hauled off in the back of the cruiser, still whining about how it wasn't a big deal. The fallout was delicious. Karen's reputation in the HOA tanked. Neighbors were sick of her family's arrogance. And this was the last straw. She had to step down as HOA president within weeks. Kyle? He now has a shiny juvenile record and court-mandated community service, which ironically includes cleaning graffiti off public property. As for me, I still ride my Harley every weekend, and every time I fire it up, I catch Karen glaring from her window. I just rev the engine and smile. Kyle thought he could joyride on my Harley. Instead, he got a one-way trip in a police cruiser. That's what I call instant karma on 2 wheels.